Deep in the cool, crystal-clear waters of Mexico's lakes, a creature moves with an almost ethereal grace. Its frilly gills undulate like a crown of delicate lace, mesmerizing anyone who gazes upon it. This fascinating creature is the axolotl, an incredible salamander that never truly grows up. It remains in its juvenile form, even as an adult, and this unique trait has captivated both scientists and enthusiasts for centuries. While it may look like a baby, the axolotl is a fully grown adult. Unlike other creatures that undergo the usual transformation into adulthood, this creature stays in its aquatic, juvenile state. But that's just the beginning of its mysteries. The axolotl has extraordinary abilities that challenge everything we think we know about life and biology. With the astonishing ability to regenerate entire limbs, spinal cords, and even parts of its heart and brain, the axolotl seems to defy the natural laws that govern all other creatures. How is it possible for a creature, forever bound to the water and trapped in its youthful form, to possess such mind-blowing regenerative powers? Today, we're diving into the extraordinary world of axolotls, creatures that hold the key to unlocking some of the biggest mysteries of biology and the future of medicine. Their regenerative abilities don't just challenge evolution, they could hold the answers to revolutionizing human health. But here's the catch. Nothing about axolotls is normal. Their story is one of nature's most intriguing puzzles, and it's this very uniqueness that makes them one of the most captivating creatures on Earth. In the quiet, still waters of Mexico's lakes, a creature that defies nature's expectations glides by. The axolotl, a species of salamander, remains in its juvenile form throughout its life, a trait known as neoteny. Unlike most amphibians, which undergo a dramatic metamorphosis from larvae to adulthood, axolotls retain their external gills and aquatic lifestyle long after they should have developed into terrestrial adults. This life cycle is not just unusual, it is an evolutionary puzzle. Axolotls are members of the Ambystomatidae family, and while they belong to the larger group of salamanders, they do not follow the typical amphibian life cycle. In most amphibians, like frogs or toads, the larvae undergo metamorphosis. They begin life as eggs, hatch into tadpoles or larvae, and eventually grow into adults with lungs that allow them to move onto land. But axolotls, in contrast, bypass this final transition. Instead of developing into adult salamanders that can venture out of the water, axolotls remain aquatic throughout their entire lifespan. They retain their juvenile characteristics, including external gills and a tail for swimming. The evolutionary advantage of neoteny is still a subject of debate. One theory suggests that it allows axolotls to avoid the challenges of living on land, where water availability can be unpredictable and environmental conditions can fluctuate dramatically. By staying in the water, axolotls can maintain a stable environment in which they thrive. Their survival strategy is tied directly to their habitat, Mexico's lakes, particularly Lake Xochimilco, where they are found in the wild. By avoiding the costly transition to land, they can concentrate on survival in an environment rich in food and relatively stable conditions. Despite their reliance on aquatic environments, axolotls are capable of remarkable feats. They are not simply survivors, they are an extraordinary biological anomaly, showcasing the flexibility of evolution and how nature can adapt to even the most unusual conditions. Imagine losing an arm or a leg, and then, within weeks, having it grow back. For humans, the idea is a science fiction fantasy. But for axolotls, this is a reality. Axolotls possess one of the most extraordinary abilities in the animal kingdom, the power to regenerate entire limbs, spinal cord segments, and even parts of their heart and brain. This regenerative prowess has made them the focus of scientific study and a symbol of biological resilience. When an axolotl loses a limb, it doesn't simply heal over with scar tissue as in humans. Instead, a specialized process begins in which the cells at the site of injury revert to a more primitive state. This is called dedifferentiation, where specialized cells like muscle cells or nerve cells revert to stem cell-like states and become undifferentiated, capable of becoming any type of tissue. These cells then proliferate and form the new structures needed to restore the lost limb. Over time, the limb grows back in its entirety: bone, muscle, nerves, and skin. This regenerative ability extends beyond just limbs. If an axolotl suffers spinal cord damage, its spinal cord can regenerate as well, a process that is particularly remarkable considering the complexities of nerve regeneration. Even more astonishing is their ability to regenerate parts of their brain and heart. In experiments, axolotls have been shown to regrow damaged brain tissue and heart muscle, something that humans cannot do. This regeneration process occurs with such precision that the new limb or tissue is functionally identical to the original. There is no evidence of scarring or loss of function. The molecular and cellular mechanisms at play are still being studied, but it is clear that axolotls have evolved a sophisticated system for repairing complex biological damage. This regenerative ability has fascinated researchers who see it as a potential key to unlocking new frontiers in human medicine, particularly in the realm of tissue repair and organ regeneration. The regenerative powers of the axolotl aren't merely the result of random chance, they are encoded in their genes. Behind every lost limb and regenerated organ lies a genetic blueprint that allows for such extraordinary biological repair. But how do axolotls do it? The answer lies in the intricate interactions between their genes, stem cells, and the molecular pathways that regulate regeneration. The genetic basis of axolotl regeneration is still a topic of intense research. Scientists have identified a number of genes that appear to play a significant role in the regenerative process. One such gene is the MMP9 gene, which helps break down extracellular matrix components to allow cells to move and proliferate during tissue regeneration. Another key player is the Wnt signaling pathway, which is involved in cellular communication and tissue regeneration. This pathway regulates the differentiation of cells into specific types needed to regenerate a new limb, spinal cord, or other tissues. Researchers are also focused on the role of axolotl stem cells, which are capable of differentiating into multiple cell types. These stem cells remain active throughout the axolotl's life, providing the basis for its remarkable regenerative capabilities. In contrast, humans have stem cells, but their regenerative abilities are much more limited. The axolotl's ability to activate these stem cells after injury, coaxing them to rebuild entire structures, is far beyond what humans can achieve. Understanding how the axolotl's genes control this process could one day lead to breakthroughs in human medicine, offering hope for new treatments for spinal cord injuries, heart disease, and even cancer. While much of the axolotl's genetic coding remains a mystery, the potential implications of unlocking its regenerative secrets are vast. By studying the axolotl's genes, scientists may one day learn how to trigger similar processes in humans, allowing us to regenerate tissue and organs, much like these fascinating creatures of the water. Despite its remarkable abilities, the axolotl is not invincible. Native to the lakes of Mexico, particularly Lake Xochimilco, the axolotl faces a unique set of challenges. While its regenerative powers are awe-inspiring, they are no guarantee of survival in the face of habitat destruction and human encroachment. Today, the axolotl is classified as critically endangered, a consequence of environmental changes that threaten its already delicate existence. In the wild, axolotls are carnivores, preying on small aquatic organisms like insects, worms, and small fish. Their survival depends on their ability to navigate the complex ecosystem of Mexico's lakes. These waters, once clear and abundant with life, have become increasingly polluted. An invasive species like tilapia have threatened the axolotl's food sources and habitat. Urbanization has further fragmented their environment, making it harder for axolotls to thrive in the wild. The axolotl's ability to regenerate comes into play not just in response to injury, but in adapting to a hostile environment. The regenerative process helps them recover from the frequent attacks of predators, including birds and larger fish. By regenerating lost limbs or body parts, the axolotl ensures that it can continue to move, hunt, and survive, even in the harshest of conditions. However, the greatest threat to the axolotl's survival may not come from predators, but from humans. Water pollution, deforestation, and the introduction of non-native species have all contributed to the axolotl's decline. As their natural habitat shrinks, conservation efforts become increasingly urgent. Efforts to protect the axolotl, including breeding programs and habitat restoration initiatives, are crucial to saving this extraordinary species from extinction. The axolotl is no longer just an oddity of nature. It is a key to understanding the future of regenerative medicine. With the ability to regrow limbs, spinal cords, and even parts of its brain, the axolotl holds the promise of revolutionizing how we think about tissue repair and organ regeneration. Scientists are increasingly turning their attention to these fascinating creatures, hoping to uncover the secrets of their regenerative abilities and apply them to human medicine. Research into the axolotl's genetics has already led to breakthroughs in understanding the cellular and molecular pathways that control regeneration. Studies are focusing on how axolotls manage to activate their stem cells to rebuild entire limbs without scarring. This research is particularly promising for treating spinal cord injuries, where nerve regeneration is notoriously difficult. If scientists can learn to harness the same regenerative powers in humans, it could lead to treatments that restore movement and sensation to those with spinal injuries or neurodegenerative diseases. However, the study of axolotls is not just about solving medical problems. It is about understanding the limits of biology and the power of evolution. The axolotl challenges our understanding of what is possible in the natural world. If we can unravel the mystery of its regenerative abilities, it could change the way we approach healing and repair forever. But there is still much to learn. Despite decades of research, the full extent of the axolotl's regenerative capabilities remains largely unknown. What other biological processes are at play within its body? What happens inside its cells during the regeneration process? These are questions that may take years or even decades to answer. As we continue to study the axolotl, we are not just exploring the depths of regenerative biology, we are exploring the future of medicine itself. The mysteries of the axolotl remind us that even in the world of science, there are still marvels waiting to be uncovered, and that the secrets of life can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places.